Okay.
Just a scorpion.
Just a scorpion running around.
A boo box,
Wait,
if you will.
are we just farting the whole time, basically?
Farting?
We're gonna fart.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured what the fuck. But also, I've been farting the whole time.
I mean, it's fine.
Wait, is fart a term that I'm not?
No, I think he just meant farting around. Like, we just
Oh,
gonna
okay.
sit here and chit
No,
chat.
are we actually just gonna fart like,
Alright.
like?
I mean, yeah, I've been farting the whole time.
Okay. I brought water. I also brought my iPad just in case. I don't know what we're gonna need it for.
Should there be an introduction?
No.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. 2 guys and a guy.
Couple
know
guys
how to
and
read
another good guy and a podcast.
And a podcast, and that's our first entry of the podcast.
Me.
Uh,
George was just yelling into this motherfucker.
I'm writing down Main Street.
You're right down Main Street. That's up. That's good enough. Alright.
My Wi-Fi's are connected. Everything's connected.
Your Wiffies?
Do we
Yeah,
know
Wi-Fi's.
Are we gonna? Oh, is that where your list is? Your list is on.
No, that's on my other thing, but I just figured.
Are you gonna have a soundboard? Or are we gonna like
No,
Fart.
I want to.
and crash? I mean, you have a soundboard right there.
Oh,
the
that's
mic's right
true.
there.
You can have a
It'll work
soundboard.
just fine.
I can't. I just.
Do you have like an actual sound already downloaded?
No, I haven't done anything with it yet.
It's a good toot. Need a
This
fart.
is my inaugural sit down in this seat, by the way.
And now you're just feeding it farts the whole time.
No, it's falling right out. That's the holes for.
All right, yeah.
Pounded with toots the whole time.
The holes are for coming out the bottoms.
Fart spaghetti.
Check this out. I got this.
Kinda
I
like
got this
spaghetti.
thing here. I don't know what this is for. I mean,
Up here, bro.
for that-
A drink.
This
We
is
can
for
use it
more
for it.
Oh,
stuff
so
like
maybe that's your phone.
for cellular device.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
you can put beers in beer in.
How did
I
they
guess
know
a
that
pack
you
of butts,
hold
I
your
don't know.
hand and you hold your phone in your left hand? It's a little weird.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I can do this stuff
Unless
too.
we're watching you.
You can put my beer in here if I wanted to.
No, it's too floppy.
Mm.
It's too floppy.
Plus, you can't trust a lefty beer drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't trust it. Well, yeah, if I was sitting in a chair and I have, yeah, be your phone.
Check it out. I can do this too.
Hold on.
Oh, are you a lefty?
No, because you
Okay.
open it. You open it with the right
Oh,
hand.
right.
And At least the first couple beers are going down with the left hand. You gotta drink fast. First couple
I
beers.
feel like I'm a
Well, I can do this too.
couple beers, first couple
Like-
sips.
Yeah. I get that.
I don't know. I feel like they made that specifically for you and they've been following you or something. They know the exact size of your Nalgene and they really want to blast farts through it so they make it mesh.
I have my
Shit.
list ready to go.
I mean, I don't know if my list is accurate. So here's
My
the
list is like kind of all over the place, but my art list also has like some good like reasoning behind some of them too.
I don't know if I have a reasoning. Put on
Yeah,
What do you
my-
have? 27?
No,
showing
this is 30. It's for everybody.
I count 27 on one side, 28 on the other.
No, this is 30. Oh, well, you have these two over here. though.
all right.
They're number one, number
Oh, all
two.
right, that's for the. So who's number 29?
They get the first seeds.
Oh, okay. I don't
So
know
I
how this
figured
works.
This will take some figuring
I'm
out.
not a tournament guy. We were 0-11 all 4 years in football.
It's true.
All 4 years.
I figure if we have double ups, they can be the number two and number one, number two seeds
All right.
because they're obviously the favorite.
Well, what if they're doubled up, but they're my number 7 and you're number 8? I mean, Skippy.
Well, hold on. I don't know what's happening. So I don't want to.
I mean, I thought we were battling. I mean, this would be fine if these were all like one person's
Should we-
list, but we're battling here.
How do we battle 3 shows then?
Everyone puts their first show out there. They're like number 10 show.
And then we say which one's best.
All right, yeah.
You argue, we figure out which one's best.
So yeah,
I thought that made sense, Ty. I knew it.
I know.
When I had it home, I was like, this makes sense. But I know
Sure.
when I say it out loud, it's
Did you
gonna
did
make
you bring out a
fucking
ruler too for this?
sense. Yeah. Okay, brought a ruler.
I wasn't sure. I had to take a look
This
at
was
it.
my
and
like
see.
third take. I ruined half of Mike's notebook trying to do this.
Bring like a
More-
note,
There's
like
the
a,
rest of
a
notebook.
note, like
killing trees.
a compass, trying to make sure all the angles are correct.
I-
So should we do? Yeah, but then if we do 10, 10, and 10, we're all gonna vote for our
So
fucking shows.
maybe we're not fighting. Maybe we're just trying to find the best shows.
Okay. All right. I figured if we did a tournament, it was 1-on-1, like show versus show, majority rules. Whoever like, there's 3 of us obviously, so if it's like, oh, it's fucking. I'm gonna say shows that don't like fucking New Girl. If New Girl's not any of your list, I'm gonna be upset. If it's like New Girl versus
Go on.
New Girl versus American Horror Story, then 2 you would think one is better than the other. 2 of us. And then
true.
and then that'll be a winner. And now move on, and then we go on.
What if you've never seen American Horror
Oh,
Story?
should we do it randomly? Should we just do then number 1, number 2 are weird. All right, so we can just do
When I was a kid,
random.
when I used to fart, or I had to have to poop, then it'll go away. She just said, went back up.
You said that?
Yeah.
Went back up.
Went back up. I don't have to go anymore.
All right, so I'm gonna write my 10.
Alright.
I've absorbed
My
it.
10. You can do your 10. You can do your 10.
Absorbed into
Let's do
my
it that
bloodstream.
Give me better ideas because
I'm trying to think.
I didn't
Like-
think this shit through.
Like if we went head to head, I don't know.
We're gonna have some crossover here. people.
Unless we throw
Oh,
all
absolutely.
3 on the table, and
Yeah,
then
but then
as,
what?
as a collective, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I said at first, and then as a collective we decide which one's
you
the
know,
best
so
show.
if my number 10 happens to be your number 4, you're gonna agree that's better.
All right,
than
let's try
the
that.
Other,
Let's try that.
You know,
You know, we put your balls on the table.
What are we doing?
we're putting our balls on the
Put
table.
all our. We can go 10 to 1. We're all gonna put our balls on the table.
Just we're throw a list out.
Well, yeah,
Which is we'll say.
So
The list is a secret.
we'll throw out our number 10, and then out of that we'll figure out who has the best number 10, and that would be number 10.
That would be number 10.
Okay.
And then same thing for 9.
All right, so let's go in a circle.
Mine isn't gonna win, but it's a number. It's such a good one.
I mean, it will be. So I mean, you know, hypothetically, you know, let's say American Horror Story. If American Horror Story is you know, so that's number 10. But that ends up being like so further on. That happens to be your number 4.
Yeah.
And then so I mean, it could American Horror Story could possibly be number 10 and number 4.
Could come back into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I don't care. I mean.
But I mean, even if
realistic.
it was, then it has to be a good show if we both. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
True.
All right. my number-
I've never seen American Horror Story.
I want to hear. I only
so-
saw the hotel one because Lady Gaga was in it. And
Lagage.
it was interesting.
What was that?
Lagage.
Lagage.
That's what it likes to be called.
Yeah, she said that once. All right, I
pretty
don't want to
good.
go first. My 10 is hilarious. So
My number 10.
Mike,
is
you go
pretty
first.
good. You go
My
first.
number 10 is South Park.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
You write that down?
Yeah, but I think I want.
Or do you want
I mean, you can just write down the winner. I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
Sure.
All right, South Park.
My number 10 is Dragon Ball Z.
All right. All
We
right.
knew it.
Dude,
My number.
wait, did you guys guess beforehand?
No, we said yours was going to be all anime. That was our.
My number 10.
I like other stuff besides it, but go on.
My number 10 is worse than that. My number 10 is Friends.
I'm surprised it's number 10.
I know.
I'd be going for like 3 on
It
yours.
hurt me right now, but I mean,
I'm surprised yours is number 10.
I don't like Friends. I don't like rewatch Friends. I just grew up on Friends and
It's
Joey
true,
and the
yeah.
whole gang.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there for you.
Their nipples were always, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Like, what are you gonna
Yeah.
say?
It's cold on that side.
But South Park's also on my list at number 7.
Well, I mean, maybe my number 7, maybe George's number 7 is better than your number 7. So
Let's
hopefully
do number
we
10
can knock
first.
that out. If not, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see
Do
what
number 10
happens.
first. I'm going to say Dragon Ball Z is like one of my favorites. I used to come home from school.
Jerk off to Dragon Ball Z.
No, I would
Some about the colors.
I would come home and watch the show, get ready for soccer practice. It was just a fucking killer show. Think about like the games they have for that. They have like
Like Mortal Kombat.
there's so many games for that show.
Oh, for
There's
the
so many
show.
movies for
I
that show.
honestly have never seen that show in my whole life.
Really?
Never seen a
Dude,
single episode.
It's genuinely just a really like if you have
I
time.
know
to,
you
if you have
guys
time to
watch it
kill.
all the time.
If you have
Now,
time to
my,
kill.
my problem
How many
is
seasons are there?
in an age without binging, they were real keen on the cliffhanger. Like
Yeah, oh,
like,
yeah.
Like
Oh, so you've seen the DBs.
well, I mean,
Who
yeah, I was
hasn't?
friends with
I
Jimmy.
haven't.
What do you do?
I was friends with Jimmy. I haven't seen DBZ.
Like yeah, prior to the age of binging, like they would grab onto you and like you had to watch the next
It's
episode.
true.
You
All
had-
shows
you
did
had to
that
get home.
back in the day. Well,
You missed-
not Friends. But
Most sitcoms didn't do that.
no.
But if I had to talk about South Park,
Oh, they had a laugh track.
I'm
thinking about it.
Your friend said that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, who? With South Park, I mean, South Park had to. It was a real show. Well, they didn't have a fucking laugh track.
Occasionally, I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
If I had to talk about South Park was also like no other show was doing what they were doing.
I mean, and it's the longest running decent program. Like I mean,
Yeah, it's been going solid.
been on since '97,
Has it?
and yeah,
Dude, it's not forever.
since '97.
I had this
and,
conversation-
20 years.
and it's consistently putting out decent pro. I mean, like
It's
I
very topical.
No,
too.
I thought it was on before that.
no, 97 is when they started.
What's third grade? 8? How the fuck did I watch it when I thought I watched it?
I definitely had a T-shirt in 5th grade.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was 5th grade I'm thinking of.
I had a Who Killed Kenny shirt.
Actually, yeah, it's probably, yeah, because I wore the t-shirt and I watched it with my family.
Yeah.
Except that was a cartoon and it was one joke where Cartman was on his hands and knees licking the rug in his house. And they're like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, my mom says if I want to be a lesbian, I have to lick rug. And I remember my uncle shut the TV off, and I got so mad because I didn't fucking understand.
Right, no.
I didn't get why I wasn't allowed to watch it. And they're like, you're not wearing the shirts anymore. I had like stuffed animals. Like, no. I was like, I get it. It's not that big a deal. And I watched it as an adult, and I was like, holy shit, no one was watching me as a kid.
It's the same vein. I had one of those pencil holders, and on it I wrote "suck it." For DX, I wrote "suck it."
Yeah, DX.
And so my mother saw it. She's upset. And,
These are suck it pencils.
and I'm trying to explain to her that it's not the bad kind of suck it. It's sucking something. I'm like, no, Mom. It's like you're sucking. It's like a lollipop. You're sucking something. It's not like you suck. And realizing that's the bad.
PP, yeah.
You're still doing the bad suck.
That's the bad suck.
That's the bad suck.
The bad suck.
I'm defending the bad suck tonight.
That's the bad suck.
So to go back to it, I'm going to defend my own as well. My own DBZ right now.
Dragon Balls.
I got to put my Dragon Balls on the table. I won't go out of my way to watch Friends or South Park, but I will
I don't go out of my way to watch South Park with Friends either. No.
But if I'm watching TV and flipping the channels, if all three of them are on, I'll stop on the Dragon Ball Z. I won't stop on Friends or South Park though.
I'm stopping on South Park all day.
Yeah, I was stopping on South Park.
Okay.
Do me a favor. You shut that fucking heater off. It's getting toasty with all our man heat. I'm gonna go and say that South Park is better than Friends. I'm not defending my shit. Better than Friends.
You can.
I can.
My wife loves Friends. She watches it all the time.
Don't put me in the category. What, does your sister love it too, and your mom?
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna do something right now that everyone's gonna know what I'm doing.
Jerking off.
Fingers crossed.
Oh.
The theme? No? Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll go fuck myself. I'll go fuck myself. It's fine.
We get it.
We get it.
Yeah, but
Mike's sister. Mike's.
You fucking hear that song though. You know.
Yeah, you know.
That's
you
the
know.
thing.
Was that song? I think that song was written for that show. No.
Fucking
It was definitely one hit wonder. They definitely didn't do
they haven't
anything
done
after
it
it.
again. Name that band.
No, Rembrandt. I just said it.
Oh, all right. Damn it! That was my whole fucking thing.
He knows more about our TV shows.
My whole point. So yeah, it comes out to South Park and Dragon Ball Z. I just didn't watch Dragon Ball Z, so I don't know.
Do you know who's the theme song for South Park?
Premise.
Lesbian.
Pelvis?
Pelvis did it.
Lesbian Claypool. Les Claypool.
Damn.
He's the guy who did it. He's the guy from. He is from Promise. Though.
Yeah.
Do you know the theme song for Dragon Ball Z? Nobody knows. They switch it up all the time.
It's probably the best show ever, man.
Fucking yeah.
I mean, my vote is for South Park,
South Park
I've never seen Dragon Ball Z, so I don't think
South Park makes sense.
South Park.
I'll go with South Park.
And in my defense, I kind of put a juggernaut up front. I mean,
you kind of did.
My 10 and 9 are pretty. So I like the way I did it was, my 10 and 9 they're still making episodes.
Yeah.
So like my 10 and 9 they still have. My 9's probably.
Is it The Simpsons?
No.
No,
Simpsons stopped making episodes in 2000.
That's when they were something good ones, yeah.
So yeah, my 10 and 9, they aren't over yet, so they don't have a nostalgia factor. That my
isn't Dragon Ball Z still doing shit?
That's a different iteration.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's like Star Trek with 7 different fucking series.
Yeah.
Oh, that was called DBZs.
Yeah, something different. So I've watched most of it.
The new shit?
No, I haven't actually seen any of the new shit because I don't have anything to watch it on. I got rid of my Funimation subscription.
What is Funimation?
You can watch all the anime stuff on that.
Alright, good.
Yeah. But yeah, I got rid of that. I wasn't home enough to warrant having it. So, but yeah, I watched almost all. I've watched Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Most of GT. Nothing in the new list.
GT.
It's a
Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Is that the Hadouken guy? Is that Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah. No.
No?
Kamehameha.
Don't you fucking dare! What's Hadouken?
Hadouken's from
Street
Fighter.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. But they're the same motion, right?
Yeah.
This shit. Hadouken. Hadouken. Yeah,
8 bits of blue light. Yeah.
8 bits of blue light. All right, you doing South Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is South Park.
Number 10, South Park.
I like Dragon Ball Z.
I do too.
But I mean,
Sure, if I watched it, I would get it. Oh, okay. What's it called? How do you spell it?
Kamehameha.
Oh, it's all one word.
Yeah.
Kamehameha.
Kame!
What do we have for number 9, boys? Mikey, go first again, because I'm a pussy. So Friends got to beat the shit immediately.
Oh.
My number 9 is Game of Thrones.
Oh, come on!
I know.
So what's your top 5 then?
Juggernauts.
Well,
Well,
Go ahead.
Mine is Breaking Bad.
Oh God.
All right, so
You guys are putting heavy shit at the bottom.
Which I mean, as far as rules go, I mean, say yours, but
Mine's Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's not gonna fucking hold up to those two behemoths.
my vote would go because Breaking Bad's further down on my list. So my vote goes for
Game of
Breaking
Thrones
Bad.
is further than on my list, though.
Yeah, so.
Breaking Bad's higher than Game of Thrones on my list.
So,
God, I'm already out. My first.
I'm going with Breaking Bad on this list. I only watched it once, but the fact that it's like generated like T-shirts and like spin-offs.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah, people have made
So much
blue meth.
People have
based on the
died.
show.
Really?
Amazing.
It's killing people.
I'm sure.
Maybe
No one's
meth
died
is
from dragons.
terrible.
Well, so it comes down to what's better, Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad.
Well, here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones is still making stuff, but they have books. Game
Yeah,
of
they
Thrones,
had a
like,
Game of Thrones
they had a
does-
blueprint.
does
for
have
some-
They have
much
like a
further,
beer.
some fat gnome.
the Game of Thrones beer, like they have a
This is a tough one. You're
like.
only at number
I
9.
don't think it deserves number 9. I think it deserves higher than number 9, which is why I'm
Okay.
gonna vote for. Which is why I'm still voting for Breaking Bad.
But
for
I
this.
feel you.
So
I
now
feel
I'm
you.
thinking-
Strategy.
Well, because-
I don't want to lose Breaking Bad this early. You know?
I feel you.
It's one
I
of
feel
those-
you. I'm going. You know what?
the same.
You said that. I'm going Breaking Bad
I'm going Breaking Bad.
for the strategy of the list, not
So-
for the not. I think Game. I think Game of Thrones is better, but that's so fucking different.
But we all have Game of Thrones though.
We all Breaking Bad too.
All right, that makes sense.
So I'm
You
just
know what I
saying.
mean? Otherwise,
like,
I mean,
So now we're thinking, are we collectively going to put Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad this high up on the list? Before it was just one asshole. Now it's all
interested to
now all
see
three of us
your-
are responsible.
I'm interested for your fucking top 5. If you guys are putting those fucking big bangers, those dick
well,
swinging
my number
shows.
1 is going to be obvious. I can't tell you my number 1, but it's super obvious.
I feel like my.
If you
I
know
thought
me-
mine are obvious, man. I'm throwing friends at you guys. Though.
If you know me and you know my Instagram feed, number 1 makes total
yeah,
sense.
I know your number 1.
Shining Town Station.
I had your number 1 way lower than you're gonna want it.
Motherfucker.
So what are you thinking for number 9? I'm going. What did I say? I'm going Breaking Bad.
I'm going to stick with Game of Thrones because I'd like to see Breaking Bad beat someone
tiebreaker.
else.
I'm still going, dude. I got to go with Breaking Bad for right now.
Breaking Bad's number 9.
Because Game of Thrones is way lower on my list, or higher.
Higher.
How do you?
I just spelled. I wrote Breaking
Well, I
Bad.
mean,
We know what you
so
mean.
10
This
is
is
lower
a-
because 10 is worse, in quotes.
So
Yeah.
it's higher. Than,
These are still our top 10
You know how
of all
numbers
time.
work.
So I mean, I don't like saying worse, but it's just the.
Yeah.
All right, so we're 2 out of 10. All right, so number 8, Mikey boy.
No. Let's do a different order. Mark, you go first.
Number 8, you're gonna be mad at me. Seinfeld. George.
I'm gonna go with The Sopranos.
Oof. You know, Sopranos is number 1 on every fucking TV show list.
Mm.
Yeah, of like all time. Number 1. I'm not saying. I mean,
On
it's
this
not,
list, I'll
it's
tell
not
you
even on
that.
my list.
On
I'm
this
just saying.
list,
I'm just saying.
Scrubs.
Ooh,
Scrubs.
Scrubs is on my
This
honorable
good, dude.
mention.
It's a good one. Shit.
All right, so we have some diversity: Scrubs, Sopranos, and
Sopranos.
I fucking forgot Seinfeld. Man, those are heavy hitters. Because I mean, if you looked at like top 10 lists of all time,
Sopranos
Seinfeld and Sopranos are on
top
there
3,
for sure.
no matter what. They're-
Sopranos. I'm rewatching it now. Like
Yeah,
And it's
I
great.
didn't see the whole. I'm still watching season 1 and 2. As an Italian, you know, my family.
well, you gotta get the gabagool and watch
Gotta
that
get
show.
that gabagool. Well, my parents used to watch it on Sundays, and they used to fucking kick all the kids out of the house.
They have boobs
We had-
in it.
We have to go upstairs to my grandma's, and they used to watch it. Yeah, their boobs. They said the fuck word
The
a
fuck
lot.
word. You said the fuck word.
This is the fuck word all the time.
Yeah, if you see fuck word, you know it's just,
So it's coming. You get Scrubs. Scrubs is just talk about an outlier in this
I mean-
in this ring of beasts.
it's why it's my number 7, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
So
Wait, I thought we're on 8.
I'm gonna go with
We're on 8. Did you read the wrong number right now? We're on
Did I get
8.
the wrong number?
All right.
it's-
Oh my god, you
Alright.
typed it out?
I was at work.
Oh, mine's getting
You got free printing.
serious.
Yeah, I got free printing.
Dude,
I got
free printing at work is
What's
killer.
that sponsor
This is
you
not
got?
free. This it's usually 12 in Arial. This
Double
is,
space?
Use Arial to use
It's like he's writing a fucking book.
No, I'm an
report.
Arial guy. I like Times New Roman is too formal to me.
You don't like Calibri?
You don't like Curly?
Calibri, whatever it is?
Curly from AM. Like the hardest thing to
I
read.
fucking hate that.
Curly. If you had a friend that used Curly as a font, as a text font, you're like, all right. Oh no, not text. Like MySpace, like AIM. You're like, bro, what are you doing with this?
BRB
Curly?
forever, man. All right.
BRB. Mums
Dude,
over the
it's
shoulder.
that's basically like black metal, like font. You ever see
Curly?
like no, that's like fucking impossible
just
to
black.
read.
Oh yeah.
Like
Might as well be.
They have contests online, like if you can read the logo,
Yeah.
read the band thing.
like what does this even say?
I saw this article recently about the fuck. I guess they're acronyms, but not. But like NVM, shit like that people text, quick text.
What?
Bowl of soup. That's what it's.
Like
Yeah.
what?
I don't know. Does it say?
It's Waking the Cadaver,
Yeah,
but
that's what it
I saw that band when I was like
dude,
18.
Too young.
18. I was at a show and I was like, what? They're from what? Brooklyn? From somewhere.
they're like kind of local, but like not
Are
really
they?
local. I think they're from like New Hampshire or like.
Yeah, it could be that. It sounded like the dude put the mic in his lower intestine and just like
It
Did
just
you
sounds
just
like-
love bowel
the
sounds?
most guttural.
It just sounds
There's-
like pigs squealing. Like
Yeah. Exactly. There's no words.
that's all it sounds like. And the lyrics to one of their songs is like really terrible.
Well, you can do
Like-
that when you fucking
Just
can't
say
understand
it.
what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's just straight gibberish. But I saw this image recently of like parents, what's behind what your kids are texting, and I can't. I mean, what would it be under on fucking Google? What's behind it? Okay.
On the Google.
I Google what's behind, and the first thing that comes up is what's behind your belly button.
Yeah. Well, what's behind it?
What's
Shit.
behind my belly button is the fourth one. What's behind the tongue? What's behind the door one's
The
obvious.
uvula.
The uvula. The
Yeah.
little punching bag. I think was that Stephanie from Full House? They used to say that? Is that on any of you guys' list?
Full House. did
Full
not
House?
make
No,
it.
Stephanie from Full House specifically.
Just her.
You guys have
No.
Fuller House as
Maybe
number
Stephanie
one?
from Fuller House.
I was trying to figure out my list, and Kaylin was like, "Hey, you want to put that on there?" And I was like, "Full House? No."
Are you sure?
I mean, there was a time where you'd watch Full House. I think Goosebumps was after Full House.
Was it
The repeats, of
Goosebumps?
course.
I do. Sorry.
Full House, Goosebumps, and Saved by the Bell were all in some sort of loop that I can only remember now.
I do have one. Not TJF. Yeah, TJF song. Wow. Hi.
Show.
TJF show
Is it
on my
family
list. No, it's not.
Don't blow it yet. Hang with Mr. Cooper.
No, it's an honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here we go. Internet slang meeting. So it's a list for. It's probably not real. It's a list for parents to understand what their kids are texting when they say like OMG, this shit like that. Dude, it's so funny. SMH, which is we all know is shaking my head.
Gonna suck my hog.
Sorry, me horny. So it's like someone has broken English. WTF is obviously wanna fuck. TBH, which is what? To be honest.
Taking back Hyundai.
Touch boner honey. That's what it says.
Obviously, yeah.
LMAO, let's masturbate all over God.
Okay.
LOL apparently stands for lick on labia. Very specific.
Just that one part.
We got WBU. What is that? It's like a fucking radio station. WBU.
What
about you?
Yeah, what about you?
Is that what that is?
What about shoe?
This one's so good. It's my favorite. So WBU stands for Wild Boobies Unleashed.
Oh,
I think I have a new name for the podcast.
dude, that's definitely like a late night Comedy Central like infomercial.
Yeah.
Wow, Boobies Unleashed.
Wild Boobies Unleashed.
Yeah.
And then the last one that's funny is YOLO, which they say is for You Only Love Oral. Which, I mean, that one I get. Yeah, that was that. That's
so
just funny.
silly.
We got off track.
So Sopranos
Myself
or
here.
what?
Sopranos, Scrubs, and Seinfeld.
I mean, Seinfeld is way higher on my list.
So back to your original. If I had to watch either Scrubs or Seinfeld, it'd be Seinfeld all day long.
So that's the thing, because Sopranos is a commitment, and you have to be in the mood for that.
Right.
I'd watch Seinfeld or any of those. I mean, I love Scrubs, but
I
let's be
love
honest.
Seinfeld is my.
At number 8 and number 1.
but I mean, like,
Yeah.
I couldn't flipping through a channel. I couldn't be like, oh, Sopranos is around.
Yeah.
I'm 8 minutes in.
This is more.
Let me start.
Yeah,
this.
this is more of like a what? Yeah, that's a good way to figure it out. But I will say I hated Seinfeld for years. 'Cause I always caught it. I didn't know the characters, and you know how if you miss the first couple minutes, you're fucking lost.
Yeah.
So I'd always catch it halfway in on like
Yeah.
fucking Fox and be like, these jokes don't make any sense because it was all about whatever fuck Kramer's doing in the second scene.
Where's
Now
your
the
cell
8th scene.
phone? Just call somebody.
I'm going Seinfeld.
I'm gonna go Seinfeld.
Oh shit, majority rules, baby.
Sorry,
Seinfeld's got to do it.
Sorry,
It's
bro.
an amazing
It's
show.
gonna be a weird list.
It's gonna be Seinfeld in the top 7. All Seinfelds. What? How do we all do that?
All right, so number 7, you go first. Would you forget?
No.
He has his all typed.
Mine is like parts though, so like mine is Arrested Development seasons 1 through 3.
You can't.
Mine's actually the same.
All right.
Is yours 7?
I mean, not my number 7, but yeah. I don't include the Netflix.
I also
all right.
So we're like, yeah.
My Simpsons is 89 to 99.
I feel like my list is
Yeah.
fucked up.
Well,
But that
Simpsons
counts,
is
though.
different because I'll tell you my Simpsons core. You know, my issue with Simpsons is later on.
When we get to the Simpsons.
Yeah,
When we get to
Simpsons
the
also
Simpsons,
on there,
we'll talk
though.
about Simpsons.
The Simpsons,
Like-
as he says it.
Early seasons.
Early seasons. So, sorry.
Simpsons.
You were at, what the fuck did you say?
80.
Arrested Development.
The Wire is my number 7.
The Wire.
I never finished the
My
Wire.
number 7, we'll hit it again, is South Park. Can't really have that before. We'll see.
We can, but
I've never seen The Wire, but
I
that's
don't think
also...
Well, my thing with the Wire is the first season was good. It's a little slow.
So the
parts.
bald guy, right? Bald guy? He's like the main dude?
Mm-mm.
No?
No,
Fuck
it's
There's a British guy who's actually not British in the show.
British guy? What
Yeah,
am I
he
thinking
did
of?
use some Baltimore accent. Baltimore.
I said bald guy.
Whenever I watch the show, I
No,
just
you're
think like,
thinking of the Shield. You're thinking of the Shield.
Oh, the Shield. Yeah,
that had the commission, which is weird. The commission
I
of
just
the
think
Shield.
about Katie whenever I watch the show now.
Because
Baltimore.
Baltimore?
He's in Baltimore.
Yeah,
And there's gunfire all the time.
All the
yeah,
time.
and she's running marathons in the show as well. So
I've
you know.
never seen The Wire, so I can't
Well-
judge the show. I mean, again, that's always in like the top 10.
People always
of
talk about
all
how it's
these
like the
fucking-
best show of all time.
There's like 8 seasons though. I want to get
There's
into it.
3, right?
No,
What?
Just 2008 till
Oh, he has to do math.
I might have written it down. 2002 to 2008, so 6 seasons.
6? That's
Six
not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but
But-
it's a network show, so it's 24 fucking episodes a season. I get
Some of them are not bad.
you.
Well,
Oh, actually, no, it's an HBO show. This is probably.
Oh,
it's HBO shows. There's only 10 seasons per episode. Or
10
10
seasons
episodes,
per
10
episode.
episodes.
It's usually
Well, that's a
longer
big...
between episodes, between seasons. So I.
Alright, so it's probably not that
Trying to
much.
imagine
I just feel like
how
it's still a
many
commitment
seasons
to
there are.
watch
There
it.
might be 4.
if I had to say, season 2 was fucking slow.
Oh yeah, that's when they were in the school. Was it?
It was the one
Oh,
with the
spoilers. Great.
Sorry, bro.
They
Now
were
I'll
the season
never...
with, like, the Greeks.
Now
and,
I'll
like,
know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I stopped watching in season 2 because it was so slow. I didn't power through like I should have. I know.
Season 3 picks up.
I know I should power through, but
So wait, who had it? You had it.
I had the
yours
Wire.
was the Wire.
Okay, I was
yeah.
gonna say if you had it, you're like I didn't finish it.
I had
feel
The
like
Wire.
what the fuck?
And then.
No, I just didn't finish it. So I have to go. So I go on.
I mean, I would go Arrested Development over The Wire all day long. In fact, I did. So.
I'm gonna do Arrested Development. It was my like go-to hungover
So
show.
you don't
watch
have to.
for a while.
What was yours again, Mark? No one care.
South Park. I was
Oh,
still
South Park.
gonna
Alright.
I was still gonna vote for South Park,
I
but
get it. It doesn't matter.
majority rules.
Yeah.
So
Well-
Arrested Development.
If I had to talk about Arrested Development,
I'm sure it'll come up again.
well, yeah, we'll come back to it.
No, we not gonna
Well,
say.
no, well, I'll come back to it.
Because I've said it, you said it once, we haven't said it yet. It's definitely on all of our
Oh, yeah,
lists.
yeah,
I
so-
knew that was one of the shows. Maybe I knew that and Seinfeld
Yeah.
were gonna be on all of us, and probably a couple more. But Arrested, are they doing a movie?
I don't know yet. I haven't done
They're
it.
definitely doing a 5th season. I don't know.
So,
I don't know if they're doing. a
Was
movie.
season 4 just like a catch up?
Maybe.
Because like season 4 was just like I didn't really dig
This
it.
is what happened.
I didn't really dig season.
They're
It
doing
was
a 5th season, and I guess Bateman said that it was going to be more in line with the first 3. So
That's
the
the
pacing's going to be the same.
yeah.
You know the
Because they took how many years off? A fucking decade.
Like, only 10 years, yeah.
So they had to do that like fucking catch up season, which we were all so hyped on season 4, and then it came out, and we were just like, oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, what is this?
It was like, here's what you've missed. I'm like, we don't care what we missed. We don't care that Lindsay's been fucking. She traveling or some shit. She was in India. Like I don't even remember the plot because it was so shitty. And then a lot of the episodes were like parallel plots, so you'd hear the same story. I don't know. It was better than no Arrested Development. Maybe.
I feel like at this point I have no use for Michael Cera though. Like I don't think I could see him as a 28-year-old, 29-year-old kid.
no, because he's not.
Being George Michael.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, he's like a 30-year-old man, like an old
yeah.
man.
So he'd have to go way too quirky for it to work.
Yeah, which is then it's just
I
like.
feel like Michael Cera's character has some sort of like disability. I think that's
George Michael or just a flaw in Michael Cera's character?
him as a human.
as a human, not as a human.
I feel like he's a prick in real life.
Yeah.
He was hilarious in what was that fucking movie with like every actor ever, every comedian ever, Seth Rogen, and
the End of the World movie. I can't think what it's called.
This is the end.
This is the end.
Yeah.
He was so funny, and they had like 2 scenes.
Yeah, he was good.
But he was an asshole.
Right.
But I feel like he was playing himself. He was being a dick. But he was fucking hilarious.
It was pretty good.
The bathroom scene.
That was a good movie. It didn't get like any play. I mean, like any nobody
I
talked
think there was
about
a
it.
reason for that. Did it like? Yeah, I feel like no one really talked about it once it was out. It was hyped before it came out.
It's definitely. I mean, it has great Rotten Tomatoes ratings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely. I don't think it got.
I feel like
It
it was
didn't get,
the
like,
same
any-
thing. I
any
think it was
recognition.
overhyped, and it came out, and everyone was like, meh.
Yeah, I feel like movies just get really hyped now.
They-
But the reason it got really hyped
With the
for me,
cast list like that,
it was
too.
a fucking
I mean,
crazy cast list. Yeah. But outside the Pineapple 2 or Pineapple Express 2, like fake trailer,
built into it.
and it was just fucking awesome.
But they said that is what they wrote for the sequel of it.
Oh really?
Because I guess Seth Rogen and whoever else wrote it. I don't think Franco wrote it with him.
No, it was
They already planned out what
his friend Evan.
Yeah, it's the same guys that were there with
Goldberg or
Superbad.
something?
Yeah.
His last name.
They have the
Was that? Well, you just
Superbad.
we used to do
Superbad,
Superbad,
yeah.
because it's based on Seth and Evan. That's what the name is.
Yeah,
Seth and Evan.
so
I
funny.
in high school. And
that movie, even though it's like a dumb movie, it's fucking timeless for me.
It really worked. It came out right when I was leaving high school too, so it was like perfect.
Yeah, it came out when I remember watching it. I bought the DVD. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
DVD.
DVD. But yeah, they said they had like a second plot line already written out and in place, and they just tossed it into this is the end. That was just funny. And all those actors are playing themselves. And who's the dude that does Eastbound and Down? Curly hair, fuck. Yeah.
That's a show I didn't put on there.
Dude, he was so funny.
It would be honorable mention. Anyway.
He was so funny in This Is the End, or whatever the fuck it was called, End of the World shit.
Yeah.
All right, numero 6.
Number 6.
You want to go first again?
Like you go first.
This is gonna be an interesting one. I can already smell it.
I think that's the Chipotle I just brought up.
Arrested Development.
Okay.
It's you.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah.
It's gonna be between you guys. I feel like
no, I don't think so. Game of Thrones.
Mine's Rick and Morty.
Dude, can you pick any different mixture of shows?
Dude,
I've never seen Rick and Morty yet.
Have you seen Rick and Morty?
Everyone keeps telling me to watch it.
It's so funny.
Guys, I held back on Game of Thrones and picked Breaking Bad for 9 because I thought Game of Thrones would get number 6.
Don't worry, I have Game of Thrones higher on my list.
You can't expose that.
It's
I
too late.
know.
It's too late.
I've heard Rick and Morty is tremendous though. Everyone
It's
keeps telling
fucking
me to
killer.
watch it.
But the fucking people who watch that show are so annoying.
Doesn't Neil deGrasse Tyson always post about it?
I don't know.
I feel like he does he likes it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like
it has like
multi-universe.
interdimensional things.
Yeah, it's a really funny show. I fucking hate their fans though.
It's one of those shows where they're what the fuck? I don't know. There's they really want you to fucking watch it to the point where I'm like, I'm not watching it because you're a dick.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. But I'm still gonna watch it.
But the show's really good. You've seen Community, right?
Yeah.
It's the same.
I love Community.
Yeah,
Didn't make the list.
Dan Harmon.
Oh yeah.
Dan
Yeah.
Harmon.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Community's great.
And it's loosely based on Back to the Future, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah, you can.
still,
That's
so.
right. I'd never seen it, but I was like, I feel like it's Doc and Marty.
Well, it's Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
Doc and Marty.
Yep.
Never
fucking thought of that.
Yeah.
That's so obvious.
Well, it was initially it was a short on YouTube that
took off.
Justin Roiland.
Dan Harmon.
Justin Roiland.
Justin Roiland also. Yeah.
He does the voices of both Rick and Morty, and he created a little skit, a YouTube skit of Doc and Marty, and it was real dirty, real dirty.
Well, isn't it dirty? Isn't it dirty all the time, anyways?
Well, this was.
Yeah.
Or was it just
Yeah.
extra
This was Doc. You'd be like, oh, suck my balls, Morty.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. So that
Wait,
was,
why have I seen that?
Because it was insane when we were because.
That was on
YouTube was new and we were new. And,
I feel like I saw it on Newgrounds.
Was there life before YouTube though?
No.
I don't think so.
2007.
I think I started on Newgrounds or something, one of those old sites that used to have games, but also.
So I definitely feel like Phil showed it to us. I feel like that's something we watched on.
So that is what sparked that show,
hole.
that horrendous video of him sucking his dick, sparked Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
And
that's how weird
they're
shit
the
starts.
same characters. They're the same characters.
Yeah, that's so. I've seen that.
But Dan Harmon saw that and
he was like, I must make a show about
this. They were
this.
already friends and they just kind of collaborated.
That's how South Park started. It was not the same. They made that
the videotape that got passed around the ring.
Santa Claus versus Jesus or some shit.
Yeah.
And then it just got passed around and eventually.
It was passed around on VHS.
On VHS.
Which is hilarious.
It probably got really shitty towards the end of it because that shit got worn the fuck out.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Rick and Morty's beating Game of Thrones right now.
I mean,
which I don't agree with, but what if Game of Thrones comes back up later and Like
which is only one other chance, and
it's on George,
and it's coming up against heavy hitters, man.
it's gonna come up against like beasts.
But I didn't put Rick and Morty on my list. I feel bad about it. I'm putting Rick and Morty.
Shit. That's 2-on-1.
Rick and Morty's so good.
All right,
Dude,
Rick
you
and Morty.
gotta watch that show.
Dude, I
was wearing
expect
that
Rick and Morty to be on here.
I fell asleep in that shirt last night. I was wearing a Rick and Morty shirt. And
So out of the first 5, we have 2 cartoons because we're adults. All right, numero 5, fucking repeat city. I have Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. The Office is my number 5.
I had Game of Bones.
Game of Bones? Okay. This is the last chance for Game of Bones.
This is.
Well, first of all, Breaking Bad. Oh, okay.
Well,
God, that's hard. God damn, that's
I can
hard.
tell you that's my argument for Game of Thrones.
It sucks that I know that The Office didn't come back.
But I was gonna come back,
true.
so I'm not
That's
really
true.
too worried about The Office.
No, I was saying the same about the Game of Thrones. And now I'm like, oh my
now
God.
we're down to the wire. Like, if we don't pick
Well,
it now,
alright.
it's never get on this list.
We already have Breaking Bad on there, right?
Yeah.
Well, we can't. Well, that's
Well, you
that
can't
shouldn't
take it
matter,
off.
That shouldn't matter though.
It comes down to what you would click by and leave on, which I know what everybody already said.
Breaking Bad.
But that's not always the case, though. This is tough.
Is
Well, here's the availability of Breaking Bad being on television, like Netflix,
Yeah.
Hulu, it's places. Game of Thrones is only on HBO.
HBO.
HBO Go, HBO Now, whatever you use. Not always on.
That's their.
What if you thought about what got you more excited for it, like when Sunday night or when any night came? Would you be more pumped for Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, or The Office?
I can still remember because back in the Office days, like their first season, we were still in high school.
Every Thursday
night on
And it was
NBC.
like, you watched it on Thursday night and you talked about it the next day.
Yeah.
It was like water cooler.
Yeah.
Did you see The
But-
Office last night?
That was sorry. I mean,
No,
go on. Go on.
Please. I've lost my track, George.
Sorry, that's gonna be my problem actually when we're doing this.
I have to get
I do
that
it.
pen.
I interrupt because I get excited. So let me know if I'm being too much.
Pen almost matches your shirt. Did you plan that?
Green and green.
Let me
Green
see your
and green.
underwear. Does it match your underwear?
I don't wear underwear.
No, it's true. I doubt that.
Nice.
What were you gonna say?
What I'm saying is, so with the internet nowadays, people I don't even go on my Facebook until I watch Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think
Partly because people are assholes.
Right.
Yeah.
Secondly,
They like to
because
talk
I don't
about
want any fake spoilers or anything. I don't want
Yeah,
any expectations.
because everyone does that. Jon Snow's dead. Well, I mean, he did
I don't
that.
want. Yeah.
But
I don't want
they
any
say,
expectations whatsoever.
Spoilers.
I don't want anything. I don't want people to be like, "It sucked." Like, I don't want people to be like, have nothing but just say that was awesome and that's it.
Yeah.
Like nothing, but it could be like nothing to do with the show, but still like it'll throw me off. You know?
Yeah, you want to go on a clean slate?
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is a
That's
tough
why
one.
I haven't even seen a trailer for
This is probably the hardest one we've had so far. For me, at least, Breaking Bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Breaking
hate to
Bad,
not
Game
see
of
Game of
Thrones,
Thrones on the
The
list. That's my only.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the way we should be thinking.
It's not, but it is.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yes and no.
Because, if we make this list and Game of Thrones isn't on there,
People are gonna be like, "What the fuck?
all this is,
You fucking nerds."
all the
Right.
people,
I gotta say that.
all this is
All
just,
3 of our listeners.
yeah, us.
It's gonna be us.
Fuck
and
it,
like
you're
our-
right. I'm gonna go Game of Thrones.
I'm going Game of Thrones.
All right, we're all 3 Game of Thrones.
Alright, so it can't come up again though, right? Do I have it? No, that was mine.
Out of left field,
That's fine.
Jay. Game of Thrones. That's my Jay impression. Not a
All
good
right.
impression. It's terrible.
Number 4.
Number 5 or 4?
We're on
Maybe
4.
Okay,
4 and 4. Getting into the thick of it.
The Simpsons.
Parks and Rec.
I have Curb Enthusiasm.
Oh, God damn it.
This is a big one too. Now I will say Parks and Rec isn't on my list, but I thought about it. It was going to be honorable mention. I was
And
like,
The Simpsons isn't on Mark's list either.
so what do I know
The
about
Simpsons is
television?
on my list now.
What do I know about television? I'm just saying I love that show. I just I didn't think it was like my top 10 favorites. However, I watch it all the time, just to have it on or just to flip through.
My thing with Parks and Rec is I always flip between The Office and Parks and Rec. Like I'll watch the entire season, the entire
Same
series,
Yeah,
and I'll go back and watch the other entire series. And I just keep doing that. I watch
I
it.
do that with that, and I mix in Trailer Park Boys and the occasional 30 Rock. That's why Netflix
Like,
needs
it's
a
just-
fucking shuffle button, so I
Yeah.
can just put 10 shows, be like shuffle button,
Make me laugh. Netflix.
make me laugh.
Um,
Netflix.
So that's why I don't know. Parks and Rec is on my list. Yeah, but what do you think?
So for me, Parks and Rec for me started as a generic Office. And
I hated it at first. I
I
didn't
thought
get
that
it.
too.
and I couldn't get into it. And obviously, the characters are very, you fall in love with the characters. It didn't make it on my list.
It's a great show though. Aside for fucking who's she's gorgeous, but who is she? Leslie Knope's best friend. Ann Perkins.
Rashida Jones.
That chick
Rashida
brings
Jones, yeah.
nothing to anything she's ever in. It's not her fault.
No.
I think just she was just there to make Leslie Knope.
She was in 3 Great Chappelle Show clips though, so.
She was in the Sex Contract.
Yeah.
Which now I think of it, he was way ahead of his time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be in the
Or
news
writing this. I mean, that was during the whole Kobe.
That's true.
That's true. It was part of the Kobe.
People have just been raping forever.
I guess. I guess. But yeah, I feel like she brings even in I Love You, Man. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'd do
She doesn't
anybody
add
else.
anything to the. She doesn't add anything to it.
It sucks.
She doesn't
She's
take
pretty
anything away either, though.
That's true. But I did hear that her new show, Regina Nope.
Rashida Jones.
Yeah, but her new show, I was going to say Regina Spektor. What the fuck's it called?
I heard things about her new show. I just
it's like a spoof comedy. It's like a Naked Gun type style. Yeah. Fuck, what's it called? I was going to call it Regina Spektor.
It sounds like it's
Pizzeria Regina.
Pizzeria Regina.
Perfect.
So her new show, Pizzeria Regina, is getting like rave reviews, but it's also on like Fox or some shit. I can't get into that.
Hard to say.
I didn't have cable.
Hard to see.
So Parks and Rec.
Do you guys have cable?
No, fuck that.
No.
But I mean, I have Netflix, Hulu, and then like
I have that
HBO
stuff.
Go.
I have Hulu
it's
and then
Showtime
my mom
shit.
has cable, so I have
the HBO. So I have
HBO. I have like
Stars.
there's a Fox
Showtime.
show.
You have the essentials.
All the Fox shows and like National
I
Geographic.
forgot we were National Geographic.
So,
Curb, Parks and Rec,
Simpsons.
Skimpsons.
What Simpsons? What is yours?
My Simpsons ends right around 2000, 2001.
Where does it start?
It starts
89.
I mean, season one and 2 are groundbreaking. You know, they're still good. But I mean, obviously, you know, I think season 6 and 7 is their prime. Season 6 and 7, absolutely the best Simpsons.
I should be taking notes so I remember. I know what seasons to watch.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of them on DVD if you want to borrow them.
I have them all. Like FX has it. So and they have a shuffle.
Dude.
Like Netflix should have.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
so I just put it on shuffle sometimes just around the house when I'm working.
Yeah.
And shit.
So like 6 and 7 are prime.
If I can, so my Simpsons list goes from like season 3 to season like 9 or 10.
So how are they still making shit?
It's just garbage. It's
Yeah,
dog
but
shit.
how are they getting the ratings?
watching.
We're the hardcore fans. Because the hardcore fans have to stick around. They're not. You guys aren't watching
The
this shit.
kids are watching it because it's dumb.
They're 13.
Oh,
and
they dumb it
16,
down to make it.
And it's before Family Guy.
Well, I
so
guess it
it's
wasn't
just
really.
kinda,
Wasn't ever really
It's just you
appropriate.
put the TV on, you do your homework,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just
like
on.
when Family Guy comes on, you walk over and watch TV at that point.
It's on after or before Family Guy?
I don't watch.
It's the opener.
I'm pretty sure.
On Sundays, yeah.
Did I put that on this list?
Family Guy?
I always feel
Oh
like,
shit!
No, I didn't put that on. I didn't put Bob's Burgers on
Didn't know this
either.
either.
and I was thinking
Such a
like,
good show.
Like, Family Guy is one of the shows that I still.
I watch it every.
I'll sit down and watch it on Monday. I'll put it on.
Huh.
Fuck, I'm disappointed.
That's funny. They get on any of our lists.
Yeah.
I'm going with my choice on this one, just because I haven't seen The Simpsons either. I know it's huge, and nope, other way around. I haven't seen The Simpsons either. I know it's huge, and Parks and Rec. I love it, but it didn't make my list, so it's not better than Curb.
I gotta go with The Simpsons.
George goes Simpsons too.
George has got.
Oh wait a minute. Wait. We can't all go with our own.
Simpsons is amazing.
Might have to go
Simpsons
Parks
is
and Rec.
amazing.
We can't all go
no.
with our own thing. We're
I'm
gonna
going
flip
Simpsons. I'm going
the
Simpsons.
fucking coin.
I'm going Simpsons.
We didn't think about this. What if we all? I didn't think that it actually happened.
No, Parks and Rec is fucking amazing though. That's the thing. Parks and Rec is like one of my favorite shows. Just because the watchability of that show is amazing.
Yeah, no, I love the show.
But The Simpsons is just like those early episodes are timeless.
Quotability. And there's just like
Turning the middle side topwise. It's literally timeless.
You can
That's
find,
from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It's because you say it all the fucking time.
Right.
So The Simpsons.
Like
I say it all the time. We're
like
how do
I could be in a crowd of people I never met and just go stupid sexy Flanders, and if someone gets it, we're best friends.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's the old Yankees suck for the nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
kidding.
will once in a while post that as my status on
Stupid,
Facebook.
stupid,
People
People
sexy.
fucking
Flanders.
like it. It's awesome.
I gotta watch it.
Dude, you gotta do it.
What seasons did you say were the best?
Seasons 3 through 9 or 10 are my favorites. If I had to really do that. Anything past like 2000,
It's like weird math in
2001,
my notebook.
It starts
3 and 9/10.
it slowly goes downhill. Once you hit the season 13, it sucks.
Sucks. What year was that?
And like you can like see
Like
the
2000,
animation,
2001?
like the animation gets so crisp, and then it's like great animation, terrible programming.
The
Yeah.
quality goes
It's
down.
like,
Then when the movie came out, like I saw the movie.
I saw the movie. I actually liked it.
I thought it was okay.
But again, I wasn't a Simpsons fan when I saw it.
Yeah, it was just like it was appeasing, like it was trying to appease like the fans that are like
Right.
Old
the
school
now
fans.
No,
So-
the now
oh,
fans.
the now
versus, like,
fans,
old school
okay.
fans.
Was that? I always called him Peter. Fucking
They had a
Homer.
fucking video game. They have video games based on this show, like
Yeah.
Right.
arcade
I love the video
games.
game with
Dude,
arcade.
oh my god.
What was the premise of the movie? Homer did something stupid that he
There
put
was a pig. Something to do with a pig.
nuclear waste in a silo or
And
something.
then so they had to put a dome over the town, and then they ended up escaping to Alaska.
Spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen it now.
Don't see it.
Although the best part of that fucking movie is when they're in the cabin in Alaska and she goes to put the fucking VHS in the VHS player and the first time she hits it doesn't go in, she puts it in again. Dude, I laughed so hard because like that's a human mistake that they drew in.
Yeah.
Didn't have to fucking take time to do that. It was like bop bop. They just put it out. Just make her fucking put the VHS in. That was gold to me.
There you go.
Anyways, all right. So we're going to the top three. So let's recap.
Top 3.
Number 10, we got South Park.
Let's go over some honorable mentions too.
Number
before we
9,
do these.
yeah. Number 9, we have Breaking Bad. Wait, you said before?
After these.
So
Yeah.
10, South Park. 9, Breaking Bad. 8, Seinfeld. It's a weird list. 7, Arrested Development. 6, Rick and Morty. 5, Games of Thrones. 4, The Simpsons. Would you have honorable mentions?
So for a few, I have actually a bunch of honorable mentions. Before we get to our
I
top
should have
3,
had Parks and Rec to have my honorable mention. I think.
so I have Stranger Things, because it was just the most recent thing I watched. Was fucking killer. Trailer Park Boys,
We should discuss season 2 because I have issues with it.
Lost seasons 1 through 3.
Lost. I haven't watched that. It's a fucking commitment too.
It's a long show, dude. There's like 24 episodes.
I
like
couldn't
an
get
hour
into
long
Lost.
each.
And they're all there's 25 episodes. They're hour long. Are there like 8 seasons?
There's so many. There's 6 seasons.
Dude,
7 maybe. I don't
can't.
know. I stopped caring
Yeah.
after. I just was watching because I had to get the end, basically.
Yeah, because you're a pot committed. I'm already into it. I can't fucking back out now.
How did I meet your mother?
Dude,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
watched
Last
that
season,
whole
I was
thing.
like, how the fuck did it happen? Anyways.
That shit is nowhere near being on this list.
No.
I've seen every episode multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, Barney was great just because he's a gay man playing a super fucking disgusting
Just
straight man.
horned up.
But Ted Mosby is the worst character.
Oh, yeah.
And I see him-
He's the worst part of the show.
I've seen other shit.
Also,
like-
what's her name? Is like, is she hot?
Which one?
Robin?
Yeah, is she hot?
Isn't there an episode about that where they're like trying to figure out if she's hot or not?
What's her name? Smolders? Something. Yeah, she's Canadian.
She's
Canadian in the show.
Robin
Shabatsky.
Shabbat. Is it?
Yeah.
Can't
Shabatsky?
I don't know. That sounds.
I think she's attractive. I was.
I don't
Sometimes
know,
she
is
is.
it?
Sometimes she
Is
isn't.
she?
I can't imagine. I can't think of a time when she isn't. That's
There was an argument in the
I'm not
office,
saying-
which
I'm
we'll
not saying
talk about
she's a 10,
eventually.
but-
Yeah.
where in the office who they tried to figure out if she's attractive? They had like
Hillary
charts,
Swank.
Hillary Swank charts of her
Mm.
face with like
Mm.
symmetry, and Kelly's like she had to be hot, so if she's not hot, then I'm not hot, and I don't want to live. Fucking
I have a
stormed
few
out.
more real quickly. Tim and Eric.
Oh yeah,
Dude, yeah.
It's a weird one, but a good one.
Never saw
Weirdy,
it.
but a goodie.
Never watched it.
This show I don't watch as much, but I would like to watch more of it. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Never seen that. But
It's really funny.
I saw the first couple seasons really good.
It's a good show.
I'm learning so much.
Boy Meets World.
Oldie
Purely
but
based
goodie.
on the nostalgia effect of it.
No,
And, like,
that was
the show will still.
if
like,
we
it's-
did
it's
this.
still a good show.
If we did this when I was 10, all 10 would be Boy Meets World.
Archer
Yeah,
is another one. And I'm surprised this one wasn't on my list. I don't know why I didn't put it on there. Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, that's a gem too.
Yeah.
I love me some Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, these are all
Russian
honorable
roulette,
mentions. They were like really good, and I just wanted to just bring them up. We'll talk about Stranger Things season 2 later on. I definitely want to talk about that at some point.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about your honorable mentions?
I wrote down 2, but now that I think about it, I should write down.
I wrote down 4 just before you got here because I figured we needed them. They all came from the FX catalog. I have Justified.
Never saw it.
Never watched it. It looks
Great,
badass
great
though.
show.
It's got that guy in
It's
it
got,
from
what the fuck's
Live
his
for
name?
Your Die Hard Fire.
Live for
Right?
Your Die Hard Fire.
He's married to Fergie.
Is that what it's called?
I'm married to Fergie.
He's married to Fergie.
It's Live for Your Die Hard, but it's like they're having the fire sale. Anyways, go on.
So
I don't know anything about what you said.
If you see the movie, you'd get it.
they're having a fire sale.
Live
Oh,
for
the
Your Die
burning!
Hard. But they're having a fire sale.
Sons of Anarchy.
Also a
good
good
show.
one. Shoot.
Always
A
Sunny.
lot of people.
I never
Always
finished the
Sunny.
series, though.
Always Sunny.
I never
I
finished
fucked
the
up.
the
Sons of
Sons of
Anarchy?
Anarchy series.
I was like 2 seasons. I stopped watching for 2 seasons, and then I had to sit back and finish the other. Always Sunny, and then Archer. So that's,
Archer, okay.
Listen,
it's pretty much straight from.
I should have bumped Friends out and put Always. What did I do? What am I doing?
No,
to put
I
Always Sunny?
think Always Sunny would have won. I would have beat South Park for because
Always Sunny is one of my top 3 shows.
I
I
do
fucking
like
put it on my list.
Charlie Day's character is fucking
Oh,
killer.
tremendous.
Yeah, he's the best.
That show hasn't lost any steam either. It's been on for how many years now? It's been on for a while.
It's been on for a while, but the one thing I'd have noticed, you could tell when they stopped writing and getting writers instead of them writing it themselves.
I thought they went back. So
They may have gone back to it. I haven't watched it in the most.
That's like always wrote.
No, they wrote for like the first 3 or 4 seasons,
It was killer.
And then like because they went on tour. They did the Dayman.
They came to House of Blues for that.
Yeah, so they went on tour, and I think while they were on tour, they had writers for the next couple of seasons.
Ah.
And then it was kind of a little garbagey. Matt got fat.
That was so good.
He put on weight just for the storyline, and then lost a ton of weight.
There
too.
was a behind the
Which is
scenes
fucking
thing
killer.
I watched that said that he tried to convince the whole crew, the whole cast to do that, and they all said no, and he just still did it. And but dude, and they had to write it in, which makes it even funnier. Then they didn't really mention it. They had one episode where he was like, "Here's how I got fat."
Yeah.
But they started the whole season without him. No one's gonna mention that he's gained 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Which is great. He fucking
And he lost
it in like 2 weeks.
That's
Not
crazy.
really, but he lost it.
Yeah, he lost it pretty quick. He
6
lost it in
months.
between between tapings.
Which is killer.
That's crazy.
Good for him.
Mine. I wish I had Always Sunny on here. I'm upset. I wish I had Parks and Rec. You had another one that I liked, but my honorable mentions. I had Scrubs, which you had, which I assumed you would have, and then Lucky Louie, which no one's fucking said yet.
Well, I only saw the
True.
first few episodes of that show.
There's only a few episodes.
There's only a few episodes. I think it was what? Was it 1 season? Maybe 2?
We're not allowed to like Louis C.K. now.
I know we can't like him
we'll
anymore.
have to,
But I fucking
I
love that show.
did you guys? I'm gonna ask you right now. Did you guys put Louis on your list at all?
I didn't. I've only seen a few episodes.
I
I've
like
probably
Lucky.
seen the whole season.
I like Lucky Louie.
But Lucky Louie was great.
It was on HBO. We had do whatever the
He
fuck
can
he
say whatever he
wanted.
wanted. Yeah. And I know the woman who plays his wife.
She's awesome.
She's the
she's
person on
yeah,
Louis
she's
who
Louis,
he really likes.
And now
a
she
lot.
has her own show on.
She also is the voice of Bobby from King of the Hill.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh shit!
Looks like him.
Sweet.
But when I hear her talk now, and vice versa, I see him. When I
Right.
hear
That's pretty
him
funny.
talk, I see her. I'm like, this is fucking weird.
I
Is
am.
King of the Hill
How
on
often
your
do you
list?
hear Bobby talking
No,
about
but I do reference that show all the fucking time.
You really do.
By the way, this episode is brought to you by Tom Landry Middle School.
Is it a real place?
That's the school in the show.
Oh, damn it.
Middle school sponsor.
So
No, but
honorable mention.
but I didn't.
Tom Landry.
I don't like that show Louis as much as everyone else does. I don't know if that's just me.
I like it.
Maybe I don't get it.
Maybe I feel like you have to like Louis' humor.
But
to like
it also
the
like
show.
it almost seems like it doesn't. I remember the first season, they he did a thing where he kept changing the actress that played his wife, like a couple times,
Yeah.
or something like
That's
that.
what- that confused me.
And,
I was
like-
losing it.
And it was like is this a cool feature or
Is it just
or are
confusing
you
the
just
fuck
trying to
out
be
of
like,
me?
oh, this is what I do, and so it was. I don't like when people assume that they like pretend to be smarter than.
Yeah. I feel like he's a smart dude, though. Obviously, he's a smart dude. Well,
Oh yeah.
given
I
the
don't-
current
I don't-
circumstances,
I
but
didn't feel-
he's like a smart writer, but
I just didn't feel like I don't know. I know his comedy, his stand-up is funny,
yeah.
but his show
I
was
liked it.
totally different than his stand-up, which I didn't really like as much. Which reminds me a lot of Zach Galifianakis. His acting, and stuff, is different than his stand-up.
His stand-up's hilarious. He
His
hasn't done
stand-up's
one.
amazing.
He hasn't put one out since that Purple Onion one, which was years ago.
Yeah, because he's been acting.
I
in,
just
like,
remember he had like a half hour on Comedy Central.
And it's
he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
playing the piano. He had the slide cards
Yeah.
with
with the chorus behind him,
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
This
I heard that song at the gym a few days ago, and it fucking killed me.
they don't do that anymore,
you
huh?
understand?
They don't do that shit anymore with
It
stand-up
killed me,
people.
dude. Yeah.
I know Netflix has a series they put out called Stand-Ups.
Do
It
they?
was six half-hour specials.
shit, I
Yeah.
gotta
which
check
I
that
didn't laugh at all.
At any of them?
I didn't.
Really? I liked
I watched it because I'm a big Dan Soder fan, and like he was the I guess the headliner. He was number 6.
Yeah.
So I watched all of them for that.
I watched them all
and
straight
I didn't
up,
even laugh
too.
at him, and I was like
Huh.
I can't. This wasn't good for me.
Sucks.
But yeah, they need more of that shit because I'm not gonna commit to an hour if I don't know who the fuck
Right.
you are.
Right.
So a half hour.
Well,
Nice.
maybe that's because I sat down and I watched all 6 of them. But
Yeah.
Maybe if it was like, oh.
So
let me-
so when you're into the third hour, you already
Right.
beat.
Right. So yeah,
Makes sense, yeah.
that's very possible. If I watched it in chunks, it might have been
Yeah.
better.
Also, there's that Ari Shafir's thing. This is not happening. That was called.
That's pretty
That's
good.
funny. It's
That's
not
pretty good.
stand up, but it's like it's just shows.
Him telling.
I'm not shows.
Oh no,
But stories.
it's him telling stories. Yeah.
Stories,
know
but
what
it's
stand-up
all
is like?
different comedians go
I-
on. Yeah.
I'd never like seen his stand up before. I'd only heard of people talking about it before. I never actually seen it until his thing came out.
Yeah, his like double.
Yeah, his double feature, which actually was pretty funny.
Double feature, yeah.
Yeah, I like Ari Shaffir's.
There was the other one.
Also, Burt Kreischer's coming. You haven't seen that?
I'd see Burt Kreischer.
The Machine. What was the other?
Burt Kreischer.
I'd like the part. I'd see Burt Kreischer.
Burt Kreischer, yeah.
Who
I would try to get a drink with him afterwards. You got it.
No, I
try.
You got it.
It'd be so easy. We need to try.
I wanted to see if he's a nice guy. I wanted to see if he's a nice guy.
He has to be.
Yeah, there's no
definitely
nice guy.
I don't really want to drink with him. I don't really feel like drinking that much.
He's definitely a
I
gentleman.
wanted to know if he's a nice guy. I'll give him a bunch of drinks, whatever he wants. But.
Who was the stand-up that did the 3 mics? Who was that? Neil Brennan. He wrote some show, but he did 3 mics where
Neil Brennan with Chappelle. Was he?
Yeah, he wrote on Chappelle.
Okay, yeah.
But he did a stand-up called 3 mics. It's on Netflix. One of which was stand-up. 1 mic was stand-up. 1 was like depressing life stories, and 1 was like one-liners. I'm probably fucking up, but every mic had a different theme.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd go to 1 mic, and then the lights would cut. He'd go to the second one, the lights would cut.
That's pretty.
It was pretty cool concept.
That's kind of a cool concept. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
So he had like his like stand-up stories, one-liners, and then like depressing life stories. I think that was it, but I can't remember. I fucking butcher stories all the time, so I don't know if that's even true. But okay, we're into our top three. Number
three.
Mine's gonna blow your dicks up.
Let's say them all at the same time. 1,